I think that the person that the majority of Americans support should be the president. You think it should be some ridiculous thing where the voters in Montana have more say than the voters in Pennsylvania? You think it makes sense that the voters in North Dakota have more say than the voters in Florida? I think that's ridiculous. I don't think that if you live in a red county in Pennsylvania or a blue city in Texas, that you should be able to get your vote counted. I think every vote should count. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I just replied to someone. Abolishing the Electoral College is a broadly popular idea supported by 63% of Americans. And I said, that's why Democrats oppose it. It would be popular and give Democrats a structural advantage over Republicans in presidential elections. Democrats hate winning. That's why Harris came out against it. Now, this is objectively true. Why do I say it like this? Because when it's popular with 63-35, what does that mean? It means if you support it, it's not going to cost you any votes. However, I don't think it's going to swing votes. I'm against the Electoral College is going to win you voters. However, if Kamala Harris did abolish the Electoral College, that would be an advantage for the Democrats. This is the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. Whenever this kind of thing pops up, like, oh, this is a rule change we could make that would be structurally advantageous for Republican politicians, they do it. Oh, I could really gerrymander the fuck out of my state? Gerrymandering to the max. Voter ID laws would differentially suppress Democrat-based voters. Voter ID everywhere. It's not like campaigning on voter ID is winning them votes, but it is something that if they enact it, it will create a structural advantage for them. And they support voter ID. And if somebody says, hey, you support voter ID, they say, yeah, I do support voter ID because I think our elections should be secure. They defend their position. They don't campaign on voter ID, but when they have power, they put in voter ID. Do you see the difference between the Democrat and the Republican Party? That's why I posted this. I said the Democratic Party opposes things that gives them a structural advantage because they don't want to win. Do you get what the point I'm making? And the idea of, oh, I want to abolish the Electoral College is going to cost her votes is dumber than fucking dirt. And even if the Republicans are like, oh my God, she hates the Electoral College, she could just say it's in the Constitution that states can decide to pick electors however they want. So if a majority of states in this country say that we'd have a popular vote election, we have a popular vote election. And I believe in democracy. And I don't like the fact that George W. Bush won, even though he lost the popular vote. I don't like the fact that you won, even though you lost the popular vote. Imagine defending democracy.